Today we're going over how the credit bureaus measure your credit and what you can do to make sure that you play the game by their rules. Therefore, you can optimize your credit and have the best possible credit score.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're already subscribed, if you're new, welcome. My name is Christian the Past, and we cover all things funding here on this channel, getting access to business capital and all types of capital for your business. Today, we're going to be covering one more time what the credit bureaus use to measure your credit. Why is your score the way it is, and how much weight does each individual of these factors have? Now, we're going to be starting by the lowest effect possible that can have in your credit, the lowest factor that affects your credit score, which is going to be 10% on the amount of new credit that you're getting access to, and also another 10% on the type of credit that you're using. So 10% of the weight on your total credit score is due to the amounts of new credit that you have. A new credit, they're referring to inquiries, right? New accounts that you've been adding to your credit profile that only has a 10% weight on the total amount. And another factor that only weights 10% as well of the total amount is the types of credit in use. That means if it's just revolving, if you have a lease, if you have a loan on a car, if you have a mortgage on a house, right? That is different types of credit that you have on your general credit profile that are going to be adding towards this 10% of your total amount. So far, we had 10% on the types of credit in use. We also got 10% on the amount of new credit. And now the other factor that goes in the list is 15% on the amount of credit history, on the length of credit history. How long have you been building your credit profile for? Is it a year? Is it 3 years, 4 years, right? It has a 15% weight. So now you know if you have a very low credit history, then it's weighting 15% of your total credit score. And if you have a loan history, same thing, it's weighting 15% of your total credit score. Now, all those three together are already 35% of your overall credit score weight. And now we're jumping into the next one, which is total debt. How much do you own? Guess how much that's worth? It's worth 30% of your total credit score weight, right? So almost as much as the first three combined, right? So your realization is going to break or make your credit score. And the next one coming up is also going to do it, so stay tuned for that one. So your realization means the total amount that you have utilized on revolving debt compared to the total amount of limits that you have on that revolving debt. So if you have $100,000 of a total limit, and if you're using $50,000, then you have a 50% utilization. You got to keep that utilization ideally below 7% or less. And when it comes to getting capital, getting access to the banks, it's going to be between 20-30% or less than that. And then last but not least, the one that holds the most weight on your credit score, believe it or not, is your payment history, which holds a 35% weight on your total credit score. So make sure that you have 100% credit history. And I advise them for my funding client as well. When you go to the banks with less than 100% credit history, you're either going to be denied or be approved for very little capital, right? So I advise that you try to get rid of these late payments, or you wait at least 2 years from the late payment so that the banks stop counting on it. But these are the main factors that affect your credit score. Again, 35% weight has your payment history, 30% weight has the debt that you have on your total revolving account, 15% of the debt is going to be based on the length that you have on your credit years of you maintaining your credit, 10% is going to be the amount of new credit, the inquiries that you have been getting recently, the new credit cards that you've been getting access to, and the other 10% is going to be kind of your credit mix, right? Your total amount of credit in use. Is it loans, is it leases, is it mortgages, is it revolving cards? That's gonna have a 10% weight. So now you know the key factors. All you have to do is optimize all these to make sure that you can go out there and not only get more access to personal cards, but also start getting access to business capital, which is the main subject that we show you guys here on our channel. If you want to learn more about business capital, make sure to check out the rest of our videos. We're gonna leave some videos around here somewhere for you guys to watch as well regarding business capital. If you found value in this video, make sure that you click the like button and that you comment below what banks you're working with, if you're following the process, if you're not, because that really helps us a lot to push the YouTube algorithm to show this video to other people like you that needed to see this information. With that being said, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.